these games.
BSS 1611. I can fight you. BSS 1611. Fuck it.
Okay, sounds good.
BSS 1611.
Or swagger.
I don't calm down. You tell me to fight, bro.
Okay. Low
BSS
key.
1611.
Goated. You hate me, you don't even know me, man. How can you hate me? You don't even know me. Photon guys, that's gonna hurt. Wait, hold on, we're boosted. We be chillin'. We be chillin'. Oh no way! My man's DC'd. He DC'd with it, bro. Alright. Once again, say hello to YouTube. That was very nice.
BSS 1611. It's my fucking internet.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. It's time to stop.
Oh, great heavens! This fucking guy.
Prank him, John.
You already know.
That's quite big. Impressive. Hey, that's pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good.
¡Delicioso!
Hey guys, thank you for making it to this point of the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain the team. This is my first Halloween team. I'll explain the thought process behind everything and go through the strategy as we go. We're gonna start with the MVP and the star of the team, and that's gonna be Gourgeist. Gourgeist is nicknamed Hallow's Eve because I had a previous Halloween team where I nicknamed one of the Pokemon Halloween. I didn't want to make it repetitive. Anyways, if you didn't know, Gourgeist is a very versatile, really cool Pokemon. It has 4 different size types: small, medium, large, and then extra large. And then it also has a signature move, and that signature move is what I wanted to showcase with this team. It was also really, really fitting for Halloween because, of course, it was a Halloween themed team, and its signature move is Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat is super cool, so let me go ahead and go through and explain it. So Hallow's Eve's only point of existence is to set up. So it's got a bunch of status moves, and I gave it 1 attacking move so it didn't become taunt bait, and so it wasn't completely useless. But Hallow's Eve was only there to set off the Trick or Treat and then leave. Just get out of the field or die as quickly as possible, because what it needed to do was set up the Pokemon to its left or right, and then that's it. It was gone. I gave it Leech Seed for versatility so that way it could start sapping away. It could keep itself alive, 1, and also keep its teammates alive, 2. So it would be really nice. Worry Seed is a great move that I love using. Whenever I see Worry Seed, I love to use Worry Seed because what it'll do is it'll completely destroy neutralizing gas teams or teams that are heavily reliant on their abilities to succeed. So Beast Boost, neutralizing gas, things of that nature that they're really super dependent on their abilities in order to win the fight. You can just shut them down with Worry Seed and you win. You're done. Obviously Power Whip there so that it wasn't taunt bait, so that it just get taunted and then shut down entirely, and so that it could do at least 1 or 2 moves before it died. I set it up to have max HP, max speed, and I also made this Gourgeist to be the super small one. So the smallest one that exists, that's this Gourgeist. So the reason that I give it max speed and max HP is because it's already a fairly bulky Pokemon. It's already really good defensively. Its attack is solid. Its special defense is solid. And its speed is actually really good. I didn't think it would be this fast, but it's a really fast Pokemon. And it's funny because a lot of people run the large Gourgeist, so they don't know this. Large Gourgeist has big attack and it's beefy, right? Because it's a bigger Pokemon. But with the smaller one, it's actually really, really fast. It outspeeds a crazy amount of Pokemon that I didn't even think it could outspeed. It sits in a really nice speed tier. I'll put up its stats in the YouTube video so that you guys can see. But max speed, max HP ensured that it got off its Trick or Treat, got off of the field, did what it needed to do. Mental Herb was there so that it also wouldn't be taunt bait, and it could shake off a taunt if it needed to set up 2 or more, or if it just wanted to shake it off and make sure that it got the Trick or Treat off. the idea was Grimmsnarl's Prankster Taunt or any kind of Prankster Taunt. We wanted to shake that off so that we can get the strategy off. Tim Burton was actually an MVP in a couple of the battles. He's actually really cool. I've never ran a basic ass Obstagoon, and this is a basic ass Obstagoon. Flame Orb, Guts, Facade. You see it all day long, every day long. I didn't want to make it too basic, so I did want to throw on a little bit of flair there. I made it a utility Pokemon. So I know that there was going to be a butt ton of things that would interfere with this team, so I gave it Taunt so that it could shut down setup Mons or Pokemon that would try to set up a Trick Room or anything like that. I gave it Facade, obviously, so that it can mow. It'll literally just destroy teams after the Flame Orb Guts boost. Knockoff was great for utility because it could get rid of weakness policies. It could get rid of things that we don't want on the other Pokemon. And then Break just to seal the deal. If I had to Dynamax with Tim Burton, he could get a max Knuckle Off and just get even stronger and hit even harder, which is super cool. Once I gave Tim Burton the Ghost type, it would turn it from a Dark Normal to a Dark Normal Ghost. So it wouldn't have to worry about fighting types anymore. And that's its biggest concern. So and all of the Pokemon on this team, by the way, their biggest concern was fighting types. And courtesy of Gourgeist's Trick or Treat, they don't have to worry about that anymore. And they became so dangerous when they became Ghost type Pokemon. So with the Ghost typing and Break, it could break shields if there was like a Reflect or Prankster Reflect or Light Screen or whatever. Just break the shields, keep it pushing, mow the entire team. So it was a wall breaker and a utility Pokemon. Max speed, max attack. Once again, Guts to boost the attack there. Basic Bitch is hilarious. So when you think Halloween, and I know this is a generalization, don't come for me, but hilariously, when you think Halloween and a lot of the costumes that a lot of chicks wear sometimes, a lot of them is just cat costumes, and then the other half of them are like nurses. So I thought it'd be hilarious to just nickname two of the Pokemon Basic Bitch Pokemon, right? Because it's very basic. It's a very basic Halloween costume. Like, a lot of people do it. A lot of people dress up like cats, and a lot of people dress up like nurses for Halloween. So I just thought I'd mesh the two funny ideas together, and that's how we birthed this name. Anyways, not the point. Liepard is one of my favorite Pokemon to run competitively. I said it once, I've said it a billion times. Prankster Liepard is goated. It's such a dangerous Pokemon. With its Prankster, with this one I actually want to go max attack, max speed, because I haven't ran a fully physical Liepard. I've ran both offenses. I've ran Speedy Liepard. I've even ran max special attack, max speed Liepard, but I haven't ran max attack, max speed. I gave it Copycat because I love it. I love Copycat as a move. It's one of my most favorite moves. It's so fun. Prankster Copycat will copy the last move that was on the field, and as you could see on some of these battles, it messed with the trainers a little bit. Gunk Shot was there, and it paired beautifully with Hone Claws. Gunk Shot was good coverage against Fairy type Pokemon. Throat Chop was there as a stab to hit really hard after setting up with the Hone Claws, and the Focus Sash made sure that it did set up. And of course, not only did it make sure that it lived, but it also made sure that it was able to become a Dark Ghost Pokemon, virtue of the Trick or Treat. Edward Scissorhands, another Pokemon that is pathetically weak to fighting types. Called him Edward Scissorhands for obvious reasons. It was actually a nickname that Fid came up with, so thank you, Fid, for that. But it closely resembles Edward Scissorhands a little bit. Not really. He's not as dark as Edward Scissorhands, but he does have, like, the metal hands, so it works out. I wanted to run Assault Vest. I just kind of wanted a tanky Pokemon on the team, so I gave it max HP. It already has massive defense, so I just needed to patch up its special defense. And then I gave it max HP and split speed and attack, so it was kind of a pseudo attacker. It was very bulky. It could take a lot of hits. Defiant was there to boost its attack way up if we ran into Intimidate Pokemon, yada yada yada, things of that nature. And then of course I had Iron Head for stab. Since I had an Assault Vest, I just gave it 4 moves: Iron Head for stab, Throat Chop for stab, Psycho Cut for coverage, because once it ran into a fighting type Pokemon, it could kill it with Psycho Cut. And then Shadow Claw, once it became a Ghost Steel Dark type, Shadow Claw was its tertiary stab, and it has a high critical hit ratio, so it's actually really cool. This one was a lot of fun to run. Adamant Nature for that extra beefy hit. Dino Costume, the actual MVP, yo. This Pokemon, I am so happy at how it performed, and so happy that I was able to get off its it gave it a time to shine, because this Pokemon doesn't have a time to shine, and I'll tell you why. Because its typing is so bad. It's so weak to fighting, it's a joke. It's the way that its stat spread is too, it gets hit by fighting types so hard, and it just doesn't live. But when you attach the ghost typing to it and it becomes rock, ice, ghost, it patches a lot of its weaknesses. Most notably the fighting type one. So I gave it weakness policy so that it wouldn't get touched. I gave it the trick or treat so it wouldn't get touched by fighting, but I gave it the weakness policy so when it did get hit, it would really boost itself. This was my max special attack, max defense Aurorus. Its defense is kind of its weakest side, it's kind of its weaker side, so I boosted it as much as I could. Its HP is already ridiculous, its special attack is pretty good, and its special defense is actually really high, so I didn't worry about its attack or speed. Once again, I could set it up in the trick room, or I could just have it chill there. It didn't matter regardless. Refrigerate, obviously its best ability in my opinion. I love Refrigerate. It can run really, really cool sets with Refrigerate, like Hyper Voice and Throat Spray. I decided to offer something a little bit more obscure, so I gave it the weakness policy, Freeze Dry in case it ran into any water, flying, or water type Pokemon, which it would kill it for coverage. Earth Power was also there for coverage, but it also boosted its special defense, making it even thicker. Nature Power was actually my favorite move to run on this. So cool thing about Nature Power, this attack makes use of the Nature's power, and its effects vary due to the environment. So what that means is, like, if you're in a cave, it'll use Rock Slide. If you're out at sea or surfing, it'll use like Surf or something like that. So it depends on where you are. But if you're on an online battle, Nature Power will, or inside of a building, right? Nature Power will always become the normal type attack, Tri Attack, and Tri Attack has the potential to freeze, burn, or paralyze, and it's got a pretty decent chance of doing either one of the three. I think it's like a 30% chance. It's split into like 20, 10, and 5 or something like that. I forget how it's split up, but overall it is a 30% chance to do any one of those. With Refrigerate, it gives it a 20% boost to its power, which means that 80 plus 20%, I think that's like what, I think it boosts it to like a beefy base 100 move. Like a beefy base 100 move, especially after the boost, after the weakness policy and everything, it's huge. And if it managed to do like a burn or a freeze or any kind of hack on like a thick, bulky Pokemon, it was even better. So I rounded out the whole thing with Ancient Power just in case it can get an Ancient Power boost, and also for a last stab. Bold Nature to boost its defense all the way, but a really good Pokemon to run. It destroyed these Legend Spammers. And then we have Basic Bitch. This is the original Basic Bitch because it's a nurse, right? So nurse costume's very basic. Throat Spray, Adino. It actually kind of did its thing, I'm not going to lie. I don't know, I made it thick. That's it. I just made it thick. It's already got a huge HP. I didn't care about his offense too much. It was already slow, and I didn't care about that. I just wanted its defenses to go nuts. I wanted it to be as thick as humanly possible. So I gave it max special defense, max defense. Healer was huge, and it cures any status condition. The only thing that it would mess with would be Tim Burton and the Flame Orb, but I never usually ran those two together. But Healer was huge, crucial. In one of the battles that I'll show you, it healed the sleep off of Dino Costume in a crucial moment. It would have ruined the game. I would have lost easily if that hadn't happened. Healer, a really slept on and underrated ability. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I know that most people run Regenerator, Autonos, and stuff like that, but Healer is a very slept on ability. Very nice. It has a 33% chance to heal a status condition of your ally Pokemon at the end of every turn. Now that doesn't seem like much, but in those clutch moments, it's a lot. So Healer, obviously, to make it clerical. Life Dew to also make it clerical, to heal as much as possible. Trick Room, this was our speed control of the team. So I didn't have anything that could like set up Tailwind, and I didn't have anything that could really boost us. So I ran Trick Room. Trick Room is a great speed control because if you run against legends that are going to outspeed you, put them in a Trick Room and they're boned. Or if you you're going to run into a Trick Room team and you're running fast Pokemon, run Trick Room so you can reverse their Trick Room and continue to rock and roll. Hyper Voice was there as a powerful stab, but not only that, it activated the Throat Spray, and then Shadow Ball was a secondary stab because when I trick-or-treated Autono, it became a normal ghost. Normal ghost is actually a really goated typing. that we only get to see with Hisui and Zorua and Zorork. But it basically has like very few weaknesses, and it like dark typing, I think, and it's really, really good. It covers each other's immunities, so it's not weak to fighting and it's not weak to ghost anymore, and it does very nice damage after the throat sprays up, and it's very, very good Pokemon all around. Anyways, guys, that is the very first Halloween themed team. I certainly appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching that. It was a lot of fun to make for you guys. I'll have some bloopers probably, but I'm actually gonna get back to my Twitch stream, see if we can get some more spice going, and if not, I mean, that's that. Regardless, you guys have been amazing. I've been TrainerOblivio, and TrainerOblivio is checking out.